At present, all of you live in a wretched and unhappy state, and this is happening because the ruling classes have cut you off from your connection to the higher. The point is that many streams of information operate in the world, capturing and enslaving the human mind, just as fascist and communist ideologies once did. These are low streams, reaching you through the means of mass stupefaction. Television, radio, and the press tune your mind to the crudest and most primitive ideas. Vibrations that call people to aggression, sex, violence, meaningless labor, and the building of communism or fascism, even though the human being himself has absolutely no need for this. All this bustle is covered up by the ideas of happiness, prestige, justice, and love. But in the end, a person is simply exploited, forced to go to war in the name of a lofty cause, driven to work themselves to the bone, or made to sacrifice all their money, time, and energy in pursuit of fashion, prestige, material things, and other interests imposed upon them. In fact, all that a person truly needs is to attain a special inner state, which can be called harmony, a state in which he is filled with peace, happiness, and bliss, and in which everything around him becomes clear and understandable. This state is internal, and to reach it, a person can tune into a special stream of energy, a stream of knowledge and grace that comes from the soul of our universe, from God. The practice of such attunement is called Ishvara Pranidhana, opening oneself to the flow of divine energy coming from God. The whole universe is his physical body, and he is the soul present in everything. True prayer to God is not words, mantras, or rituals. It is grace, love, and selflessness overflowing the hearts. Words, mantras, icons, music, and rosaries are merely means of attuning oneself to this stream, to this state. One must learn to enter it, to dwell in God, for that is what brings true happiness. So pray and perform Ishvara Pranidhana daily to reach the state of grace, and you will find God within yourself, gradually becoming a divine being, evolving from a semi-human, semi-animal state. It does not matter which God you pray to, for these are only names and forms of the one Ishvara, whether Buddha, Christ, Krishna, Ahura Mazda, or Allah. Practice dhyana, merging with God, with his prana, energy, and grace. Absorb this divine energy into your heart, and it will transform your entire being. You will be transformed. Your mind, emotions, and body will change. Diseases, suffering, and ignorance will disappear. You will no longer experience torment or pain as before. Pray to God in nature, in solitude, or through dance. Find a form that helps you attune more fully to his flow. The next step in your development toward happiness, prosperity, and wisdom is Svadhyaya, the study of your higher self, which is a spark of the divine flame, a particle of God. From the moment you become aware of yourself, you feel, I am. You recognize yourself in dreams and in waking life, as a child, an adult, and in old age. This sense of I am is your highest authentic self. But then you begin to identify with your body, your senses, and your mind. You start thinking I am German, Jewish, a communist, an atheist, and so on. All of this creates a false identity, one that is not truly yours, yet you try to appear this way to others and even to yourself. It is necessary to know your true self, which in India is called Sva. Through dhyana, meditation, and simple detached observation, gradually separate yourself from the mind, thoughts, and false identity, then from emotions, and finally from the body. Then you will realize that the I is a witness, an observer. You are not the doer. Everything happens on its own. You are simply confronted with the various disturbances and changes that occur in your mind, emotions, and body. But all of this should not remain mere theoretical knowledge. You need to practice it consistently as soon as you remember it. Separate your I from the non-I, from all that you are not. Say to each of your thoughts and feelings, "This is not me." Whatever happens, remind yourself, it is not happening to me. It is happening to my shirt, my iron, or my body. These things relate not to you, but to your hairstyle, appearance, or personality. Yet all of this is not you. You are simply the witness of it all. This is Svadhyaya, the practice that leads to moksha, kevalya, nirvana, complete and final liberation from the bonds of samsara and karma. After praying to Ishvara, practice Svadhyaya. While doing so, you may notice that something is not working, that persistence or diligence is lacking. At that point, begin to kindle tapas. Tapas is a state of activity, determination, self-sacrifice, and a strong desire to achieve liberation. Do not be lazy, and do not let life carry you along with its current. Instead, ignite this aspiration within yourself. This can be as simple as walking briskly while holding the thought, "I will not deviate from my goal. I will practice. I will attain liberation. I will break free from the slavery of this life." At this stage, a fire arises within you. You may feel it in your chest and lower abdomen, and your eyes may burn with intensity. Direct this zeal upwards so that you feel yourself becoming higher, more spiritual, and more refined. Only such tapas can help you not to stop, not to abandon your practice. Without this diligence and the kindling of the inner fire, practice is impossible and you will achieve nothing. By igniting the fire in Manipura, Ajna, and Anahata, you will gain the perseverance necessary for this attainment. However, one more quality is needed. Santosha, joyfulness. Your emotions will naturally seek joy and satisfaction, but they will often look for it outside yourself, in the love of others, in buying a car, in praise, or in a partner. And all of this will undermine your determination to attain the truth. You need Santosha. Begin to rejoice and be happy, blissful, simply without praise, without recognition, without thinking that everything is fine, because you are loved, because your husband received his salary, or because your child got an A. All of these are conditions that prevent you from attaining true happiness. Happiness is not somewhere outside. It is within you, in your own heart. Start rejoicing for no reason, as you did in childhood. Rejoice against all odds, even if everything seems bad, even if it feels like the end of the world. Be happy, be satisfied, whatever happens. Do not give yourself a reason to suffer. Attachment to suffering is a habit, and it serves no purpose. Simply rejoice, laugh, have fun, and allow yourself to be happy. Why postpone joy or depend on someone or something? It is precisely because you have placed your happiness in the opinions of others, in the gap between what you desire and what is real, in trying to make your fantasies come true, or in conforming to everyone else, that you have become so deeply unhappy. You may nostalgically remember childhood when joy filled you spontaneously. Now you can easily return to that state and access the happiness that has always been within you. This is an essential condition for practice. Without tapas, there is no santosha, and without santosha, diligence on the path of truth cannot arise. As you continue your practice, you will notice that your body can interfere. Perhaps you didn't get enough sleep, perhaps something hurts, or your energy is low and your vitality reduced. In that case, you need to turn to Santosha, the purification of the body through yogic practices. Because it is difficult to practice without a clean, healthy body, it is hard to maintain diligence, inner joy, detachment, and all other qualities when the body is neglected. Therefore, practice moderate eating, regular exercise, walks in nature, and cleansing routines, which I will provide separately. In childhood, you were healthier and therefore happier. Now it is necessary to purify yourself, for without it, progress will be difficult. First of all, pay attention to your diet. The amount of food you consume should match your level of physical activity. Since many people today have little physical activity, often as little as a yogi in a cave, your food intake should be adjusted accordingly. The first step I recommend is to switch to porridge and give up all other foods. To make the porridge more enjoyable, as you may still have attachments to certain tastes, cook it with spices, salt, and fresh herbs. At first, you can even season it with a flavorful sauce. Instead of meat, use fried vegetables prepared in the same way, with garlic, onion, and salt. This is a transitional stage, which immediately provides a boost of health and strength. Later, you can move on from porridge to sprouted wheat, which will complete your transition to a yogic diet. So remember, every morning, you can begin with Santosha, then practice Santosha. Laugh joyfully until your whole being is filled. Next, cultivate Tapas, and then engage in Svadhyaya. After that, perform the prayer Ishvara Pranidhana, and only then practice asana and pranayama, maintaining the proper attitude. These 5 points of spiritual practice should be applied in all your actions, combined with the 5 principles of yama that I shared with you earlier. In this way, your actions will be true. A spark of starlight lives within each of us. Do you feel it? I know you are a bright soul because an ember of Sirius lives in your heart. You are not alone in this world. Find my disciples in your city. Click the link in the description and join us.
In our extreme times, when the fate of the entire planet is at stake, it is crucial for the knowledge of angels and benevolent spirits to spread as quickly as possible, globally, and reach thousands of people. In this way, we can change the future of all humanity. Which is why we are addressing you, dear soul of light. Spread the knowledge about our wise books and films. Share links to videos or cartoons. All of this is available and free. Invite women to individual practices, webinars, and seminars. And the Great Spirit of Light will help you and your family. It will direct an enormous amount of energy to fulfill all your desires. Benevolent spirits and angels will assist you and your loved ones in all matters. A thread of light and love extends from your heart to the hearts of thirsty women, and the creation of good and the dissemination of enlightened knowledge throughout the world begins. Become part of the mission of light. Help people, and God will help you.